And we are live. Good morning, everybody. It's your favorite truck driver, ex-truck driver in the whole wide world. It's Bitcoin Ben, here for the Daily Show. My friends, it is one of those days when you know that it's just going to be beautiful. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. You look outside, you see the sunshine. It feels nice. It's beautiful. The sun's shining. Good temperature. All amazing. Now, then you remember that we're right in the middle of a chit show. Oh, there's Patrick. Let's bring him on. Morning, Patrick.
Morning, Ben.
How are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Yeah.
You laugh like that may not be so.
Well, I'm above ground. Let's start from there.
Yeah, hey, yeah, that's nowadays. That's you should take that and run with it.
Yeah. I hold a mirror under my nose just to make sure it fogs up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's with number one. We gotta talk about Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Who is the brainiac at Fox News who said, hey, what show's making us the most money? Yeah, let's cut that shit out.
Yeah. You know what's interesting is I came across a video on YouTube. And this guy is obviously a New Yorker, and he's walking through Central Park, and he comes across this guy who's fishing in a pond, and he's videotaping this guy. And the guy turns around and he goes, "Can I help you?" And he says, No, I it's just unusual to see anybody fishing here. And the guy comes up and he starts talking, and he goes, "Well, are you recording me?" And he goes, "Yeah, I am." And he goes, "Well, why is that?" "Well, I videotaped the unusual, and I've never seen anybody fishing here." And the guy goes, "Oh, okay." So he starts telling him there's 3 places that you can fish in Central Park, and he's being very informative. It was Tucker Carlson. It was the 7th of April that this video was shot, and Carlson's just out there fly fishing, mind you, in Central Park. And he's a doofus, but he's a lovable doofus. And the notion that this guy's condescending, or I will say this: back in the days when he wore his bow tie, I thought he was a pompous ass, and I think I was right. And at some point, he got his comeuppance. He was with MSNBC back then, I think, and he realized that he had to decenter, if you will, which is a wonderful education term, and not focus on himself so much. And I think he was successful in that. He's still he's way too on the nerdy side for a lot of folks, but that's all right. I mean, we need nerds, I mean, not everybody can work a fryer. So
yeah, he's definitely an oddball, but I think that's why it works.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely believe that he wants to get his reporting accurate.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard of him from people that have been on his show.
Yeah.
Right? Is he actually tells his guest, look, no matter what it is, don't lie. Don't shade the truth. Don't kind of word around it. Let's just be blunt. We're just sitting here talking, and just tell the truth. And it's that I see. This is the magic of God right here. He made life very simple, where even the most retarded of us can succeed, because life is actually based on reputation and effort. That's it. If you're honest and you work hard, you will succeed to your maximum potential.
Right.
Now,
Go ahead.
it's Tucker Carlson is he's not an idea guy. He's a reporter, which is
Right.
basically just asking questions.
He does a
You
great
know,
job of digging into stuff.
yeah, and it's he's not stupid, but he knows he doesn't know everything,
So
which is all of us.
sure, and I think he freely admits that. Um, here's here's my question about why he was let go. Is he the one bearing the sole brunt of the Dominion lawsuit? I mean, didn't Hannity have something to do with that as well?
Yeah, and that the reason I'm hearing that got settled was that the other defendants, the actual like reporters and hosts, were actually going to disclose internal communications from Fox in their defense, saying, hey, no. We had information from our upper management and other levels in Fox that I actually backed up what we said. And Fox didn't want that getting out.
Right.
That's why Fox settled. And basically,
Well, Rupert Murdoch was scheduled to be cross-examined.
right, and that's when Tucker Carlson said, look, if you're gonna settle, I'm gonna quit. Because they all wanted their day in court, because they knew that they'd have the discovery process with Dominion and the internal information from Fox. And the upper management of Fox is like, oh hell no. We don't want the left knowing what we were telling our guys on the inside while we were publicly walking the mainstream media line, and because trust me, Fox did not want to lose Tucker Carlson. It doesn't make any sense why they would.
Right.
And they're probably going to write him a big fat check and say, here, but you have to sign the non-disclosure. And we'll see where we go from here.
Do you think he signs that non-disclosure?
I wouldn't.
No.
He's already rich.
Yeah. And not only that, the story that he gets from this is far greater than whatever he could put in the bank.
Word is that Glenn Beck is actually tapping the shoulders of a few rich guys looking to come up with an offer for Tucker Carlson.
Well, maybe so, but I mean, I think Beck is damaged goods. So I
don't think he is.
Oh, I do.
I think Beck has way more credibility than anyone on mainstream.
I don't know about anyone on mainstream. He's also touched the third rail of nuttiness too many times.
Well, what has he said that actually turned out being wrong?
Well, I think there are a number of I can't go back to it because I haven't watched him in years because he just turned me off with some of the stuff that he said that was wrong. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I know it was wrong. Yeah, he goes off the rails way too many times.
Well,
that I had seen, and again, this was years ago.
Right. I would rather him go off the rails, honestly, looking for the truth, than staying on the rails, not trying to dig into it.
And part of my problem with him too is that he's a fearmonger, and that he sells the hype a lot. He goes to fear on a regular basis. At least when I was watching him, he was big on emotion. And for me, if you're conservative, I got a problem with mixing emotion and facts.
Yeah, I agree that he leads with an emotional hint, but I think what you and like me and people our age, we grew up with Walter Cronkite. I mean, that guy, he had the same face when he was smiling that he did when he was crying. I mean, basically, he was just emotionless. But Walter Cronkite was also in line with the government, Operation Paperclip. I mean, he was the government mouthpiece for years. We just didn't know it at the time.
Yeah.
It's really there's no one place that everyone can go and feel that you're getting 100% accurate representation. Because even if you're writing the news, your point of view as a writer, it's hard to keep it out of your writing. How I've always said is if you want to be a great reporter, never use adjectives. Never say, Donald Trump wrongly said this, or Donald Trump incorrectly said this, or Donald Trump laughingly, made fun of such and such. Because adjectives add agenda on to whatever topic you're actually talking about. And that's why reporters should strictly write with nouns and Kelly explained the reporting um, um, like style of writing that they teach in real journalism classes, where you don't use adjectives. Uh, you only use action. What do you call them? Like action vowels, like running, or the light was bright. It very just non-agenda non-agenda affirming verbs, and that you never use adjectives because adjectives apply agenda. And that's how reporting should be. Well, we don't have reporting anymore. We have adjectives flying from our so-called mainstream media. You switch on uh, on local news, and every sentence has an adjective. It's this evening. Uh, uh, a a black man was shot by a white man in a horrible shooting uh, in on the north side. Uh, full story at 10, and it's that emotion hook that they want to use. And now they're changing words into adjectives. That's what the progressive movement does. Like, they've weaponized words that weren't adjectives, and now they are. Like uh, uh, automatic weapons is now, in a way, an adjective.
Assault
You
weapon.
know, yeah, assault weapons. Well, assault is now an adjective in that sentence. It's it's not a verb. It's almost like a pronoun, I guess. Would that be right? An assault weapon? Why not just use weapon or gun?
Well, that doesn't fit the agenda.
Bingo. It's really there's no legitimacy in reporting because everyone's pushing an agenda and not reporting on just what happened. Where you, Patrick, as a logical person of intelligence, you see all of the adjectives and all that is fluff. Leave that shit out. I don't need it. Just tell me a man was shot in North St. Louis, story at 10. You don't give a shit if it's a white guy or black guy. It's someone was shot. You don't give a shit if it was with an assault weapon, because what is that? What weapon doesn't or isn't involved in an assault? You could use a spatula and call it a fucking assault weapon. That's what I think that I liked about Tucker Carlson is he very rarely used adjectives. Only whenever he was feeling a little frisky and maybe his interviewer was a little hostile, would he kind of poke him with adjectives, just to fuck with him. But what now? Who replaces him?
I don't know, but going back to your original point, that he was the golden goose. I have no idea. And I don't know how they can sustain the impact of this, because I think most of us look at Fox now and go, well, there's your 30 pieces of silver, Judas. Good luck. Where we go, I don't know. But it's certainly not Fox. I'm done.
I am too.
Yeah. And not that I wasn't thrilled with them anyway. I mean, after the 2020 election, and on election night, they ditched Trump it was embarrassing as hell.
How I view it, and let me know if you agree with me on this. Fox News is like the Romney of news.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, pretty much it.
Sometimes he accidentally touches right, but most of the time he's left.
Yeah.
He'll give you enough conservatism to not aim at him. But most of the time, when push comes to shove, he'll side with the left because he's a progressive. Romney has said on many occasions he's a progressive Republican. And that's what people need to understand. Rhinos are progressive Republicans. That's what Abraham Lincoln was a progressive Republican. And a progressive Republican is like a national socialist on the right. That's what a progressive Republican is.
Well, you know, his niece is the head of the RNC.
Yeah, and that's what's wrong with the RNC. That's why they'll never go full Trump, because Trump is a America first nationalist.
So here's an option. Robert was just mentioning Joe Rogan and his explosion after getting kicked off of YouTube, and he's right. Um, does does Tucker not hitch his horse to any known wagon and maybe just go with something comparable to Rogan on Spotify?
I would.
Yeah, yeah.
It,
It leaves him a ton of latitude.
yeah,
And you want to see liberal heads explode?
yeah. I mean, Tucker, if he was smart, he'd launch a website and just do his show every evening. $1.99 a month per member.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There you go. And he would make more money because he could still sell ads and have links under his show like I do. He could have links under his show for products that he liked, and then you know how many My Pillow types of freaking characters would give him an affiliate link
Oh yeah,
in a heartbeat.
yeah. Absolutely.
All right, we have 2 minutes left. Guys and gals, there's a link under this video to go over to the CALIX Solutions YouTube channel. And we're also live on there right now, I think, because I actually wanted to test it out if we could broadcast on my YouTube and its YouTube at the same time. And we can. So we'll probably go in and delete this video from the CALIX YouTube channel. But right now we're gonna hang up on my YouTube channel and go over to the CALIX YouTube channel, because we're going to talk about smart meters and what I learned about smart meters and the new, like, you see this jack right here? There's a reason that your laptop is now using that jack for a power source, and other hardware is using the same jack. It's linked with your smart meter and being able to control hardware through the electric system of your house. Get ready for that show, folks. All right, Patrick. Uh, let's jump over on CALIX Solutions. And you guys watching now, click the link or look up CALIX Solutions on on YouTube. Come over there because you're going to learn how that little plug allows them to control and alter your laptop through the power source and your smart meter. Here we
All right.
go, folks.
All right. More stories
Patrick,
soon.
I'll see you.
All right.